Chapter 6. The First Kingdoms of India. Janpads and Mahajanpads. From the 6th century BC onwards, the widespread use of iron in eastern Uttar Pradesh and western Bihar created conditions for the formation of large territorial states. The farmers could produce far more food grains, and the extra produce was collected by the princes to meet their military and administrative needs. This gave rise to proper settlements called Janpads. 16 of them turned into larger states called Mahajanpads. Mahajanpads were mostly extended from the northwest frontier to Bihar. They were mostly monarchical, but some of them were republic too. They were named after the dominant tribes of the region. The powerful Mahajanpads, Magad, Kosla, Vatsa, and Avanti, seem to have been considerably powerful. The political history of India from the 6th century BC onwards comprise of stories of wars for supremacy among these states. There are 16 Mahajanpads in the early 6th century BC. Mahajanpad, Magad, was most powerful and became the first and most powerful empire of India. Monarchies and republic. Mostly Mahajanpads extended from the northwest frontier of Bihar were monarchical. The head of the state was a monarch or a king. He was a hereditary ruler with the throne passing from father to son. Republics were named after the dominant tribes of the region. Only a few Mahajanpads were republic. The republic were called the Gan Sangh, where there were many rulers. Monarchy, republics. The kings claimed the revenue or tax from the peasants. It was claimed by the entire ruling group. Only the king maintained a regular army. Raja had his own independent army. Ruled by a single monarch who was the sole decision maker. Functioned under the care of assemblies which were controlled by a group of powerful people. Some special features of the Mahajanpads. Most of the Mahajanpads had capitals which were protected by forts. Kings maintained large, well-equipped armies. The king had a large army which he used to protect his people and expand his territory. To maintain the big states and the large armies, the kings collected taxes regularly. Taxes were paid by the farmers, artisans, craftsmen, and traders. The king was assisted by the army commander or Senapati. Trade and commerce flourished in this period, so towns became the center of trade and commerce. Metal coins made of silver and copper were introduced during this period. These coins were called punch-marked coins because these metals were punched with images such as tree, fish, bull, elephant, etc. The introduction of money economy led to the growth of trade and commerce. Rigidly, society was divided into the 4 Varnas: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Shudras were deprived of all the rights and were given the lowest position in the society.